All right, the button has been pushed.
When everybody pushes buttons, man. Oh, there I am. Look at there I is. Okay,
See, I told you.
we're working. I got a new view, Eric. Did you see that?
I do. What's your view? You're on
Um,
YouTube, by the way.
oh yeah, we changed out the room here, and boom, we are live. Good morning,
We
everybody.
are.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even start the Instagram. Wait, Instagram gets the same love. Hold on. You guys should really honestly check out my makeshift check. Look at that, everybody. There's Eric. Say what's up, Eric.
Hey, hey.
Sorry, I'm doing you. I'm filming you on the thing. I don't know if you guys want to see the little stand how
No,
it works.
it's good. We're good. We're good. All right, so I'll start it off with today. Do you know what today is, San Martin?
What is it, man? What is it?
All right, so I got to ask: are you a middle child?
That's a kind of a weird scenario. No, I'm supposed to be the youngest of my family.
Okay, well, it is. Then you're out today. Sorry, it is National Middle Child Day.
Nice. That's
Hmm.
nice. I mean, if you have only two children, then you really honestly don't get no love whatsoever, right? Because you have to have three
Yep.
children. So who is your
So you
middle?
have that. So I've got two middle.
Oh my gosh. And then are you a middle child as well?
I am not. I am the youngest.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. See, we got that in common right there.
That's actually a really good thing, Eric, to have the ability to acknowledge that, your position in your family. The youngest always seems to get everything they want, and they're always like stomp their feet, and then everybody just like bows down to the youngest one. I think that's what I got in my life. So maybe that's the reason why I stomp my feet a lot.
There you go. There you go. It could be. So wow, crazy day. So your rain dance didn't work. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, it was kind of crazy. It popped up on yesterday's screen, like you said. You're like, I got an alert, and I'm here doing it and dancing your rain dance, and everybody was dancing their rain dance, and that was like actually the coolest thing ever. Is that we have a thread going on right now where everybody's posting gifs of the rain dance. Some of them are funny, man. There's one where there's this native, I don't know. Actually, I think it might be in Africa, one of their in their tribes. But anyways, his feet are going. It's so funny, man. I love those. I love those gifts. So keep on posting them. Keep on sharing them. This is something that we love to see. And then yesterday we did a post showing us your fur babies, man, and that post is going viral. Everybody
Yeah,
fur babies, man. Eric,
I
did
saw that. Everybody loves their dogs, maybe their cats, and some
you?
other animals were in there too, right?
I don't know. I really didn't get a chance. There was hundreds of them out there, man. So I really didn't get their. I didn't go. I haven't gone through all of it, but I know for a fact that there's so many of them. So Eric, do you have any pets?
I do. I have a lot of pets.
a
We are like a farm over here. Yeah,
little pet farm, a little mini pet farm.
yeah. We have. Let's see. We've got dogs. We've got cats. We've got lizards. We've got bunnies. We've got alpacas. I mean, we've got chickens. I mean, you name it.
Oh, she's all right. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. You do have a lot of animals. That's cool. Do you have a
Yep.
favorite?
Do we have
You
a what?
have a favorite?
I can't have a favorite because my kids would probably kill me.
That works out, man. Man, okay, so Eric, having family pets really honestly encourages a lot of people. One of the things that I love is that veterans do have their support animals, and there was one over there at the White Spar Market, the one that was doing the Angry Arts. I think that's the name of the company. It was Angry Arts, and they had a little support dog there, and those sheep dogs. What are those? Not the sheep dogs, the cattle dogs. Um,
The catalogs. I know what you're talking about. They have a lot of hair.
no, no, no. Well, they're actually the little smaller ones. I forgot what their names are, but if you guys are out there and you know what I'm talking about, but healers. Queensland Healers.
Healer. There you go. Okay, I know them.
I really, really love those kind of dogs, man. Those and Rottweilers are my favorite type of like. I feel like me and them are really close, and I just love those dogs. But anyways, I love pets. I haven't had one since my last dog, which was Chief, and that was like a really tragic, like not a tragic deal, but the place that I was in, it was having conflict with one of the animals, and so I was like, well, this sucks. It was like literally a movable scenario where I felt like maybe if I gave Chief to a vet, it was actually a veteran out in Camp Verde. He lived on a farm, a big old house, and his Rottweiler just passed, so it was like perfect timing for Chief to come into a loving family. And it was great because when I went and took the dog out there, the guy had one of his dogs like trained to give drinks, and so as soon as I sat down, the dog gave me a water, and he's like, "Do you want a beer?" And I was like, for the giggles, let me go ahead and get a beer. And the dog walked straight to the door, man, opened it up, grabbed me a beer, and it was just like it was amazing. And Chief, he was already canine certified, trained dog, and so Chief was like on it, man. He protected me, and it was just a sad moment. But at the same time, I'd rather have him have a great rest of his life rather than me having to deal with that unstable situation. So, anyways,
Yeah, we do a lot of rescues, and it seems like all of our animals are rescues or people that need to find homes, and those are the best. Those are the best pets because they're just happy to have a place, and and they love it. And so I think that's awesome, and that's awesome that you stepped up and did the right thing.
yes, and it was really hard, man. I still think about him to this day. That's how much he had an impact on my life. And it was a great relationship for sure. But anyways, Eric, I got a lot to talk about. One of them is the big fire restrictions that are on here. Not only did they put the fire restrictions up, but they doubled down on it, and now you have to realize that it's now stage one fire. And these things right here are really important because we don't have any water or water coming in, such as rains, and ideally at this point in time we've already had several inches of rain, and we just haven't had that yet. So but this coming week it's showing a lot of cloud coverage, so maybe we're going to get a lot. Humidity is definitely in the air, so we'll see what happens. But once again, stage one fire restrictions. And if you guys don't know what this means, I'll read you the joint press release. Stage one fire restrictions in effect August 14, 2020 at 8 a.m. So in 2 days, the 42 square miles of the city of Prescott and the 365 square miles of the Central Arizona Fire and Medical Authority. Yeah, that's how it's written. Which includes the towns of Prescott, Prescott Valley, Dewey Humboldt, Chino Valley, Paulden, and Paulden, CAFMA, which is Central Arizona Fire and Medical Authority jurisdiction, also applies to the areas surrounding the city of Prescott, such as Williamson Valley, Upper Copper Basin Road, the Mountain Club area, Ponderosa Park off White Spar Road, and the Senator Highway area of Karen Drive, Sweet Acres, and the Oak Knoll Village, along the areas of Government Canyon and Diamond Valley, which are south of Prescott. And due to the lack of rain in the Prescott Fire Department and the Central Arizona Fire and the Medical Authority will be enacting our stage one fire restrictions on August 14th, 2020 at 8 a.m., which will also be consistent with the Prescott National Forest and the unincorporated areas of Yavapai County not protected by fire districts or area fire departments. As the fire energy continues to increase, our stage two restrictions may also be put back into effect. These restrictions will stay in effect until we receive significant rain throughout the area to justify lifting the restrictions. Please visit the website. So if you guys have any questions, you can call Fire Marshal Rick Chase at 928-772-7711. Boom. See, Eric, that's how you read.
That's crazy. It's still crazy. I mean, we went from, hey, what fire restrictions to we're back heading down a dangerous path here. But I mean, we need some rain.
Well, everybody was like, did I miss something? Why is the fire restrictions back up? And I mean, we all seen that whole week of hotness, and actually we had a week of
And
that.
how many fires?
It was like 4 or 5, man. I mean, there was a lot
Yeah.
going on,
No, when
and
they announced that on the first, everybody's like, what did I miss something? What the heck's going on here? It doesn't look like it got any rain. I mean, what are they thinking?" And so I just think it probably takes that long for them to put procedures into place, and then they had a better better roll this back.
yeah, and I really don't know who was actually really putting that stuff together, but there was obviously all the people were questioning. I was even questioning. I was like, gosh, that was kind of quick. And then the next week following after that, it was hot, 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 and so it dried us out real quick. So here we are. But it's not a big thing, especially if you want to keep the forest protected, and obviously not inhale a bunch of fire, smoke in our area. Not to mention, a lot of homes could be destroyed. So, Eric, yesterday we had a big deal coming up, and it had to deal with a person of warrant. And you know how we do it here, man. We only do things to kind of like protect the community, but we also got to have once again, you do the crime, you pay the time. And there's a scenario. A man that's living in the area or was living in the area is definitely needed and wanted, and you can't go wrong with this. Let me go ahead and give you this minute of oh. What's the thing? I really hope that these people get reformed and get back into society where they can live without this type of you know
Is
reaction.
this the guy that escaped?
This is the one that escaped, and
Okay, yeah, you got to pull it up and show it. There you go.
there he is. So this is the man that is wanted, and I'll just go ahead and tell you the story of what happened. Felony warrant escapee from Washington State arrested. Oh, he was arrested on Tuesday, August
Yep.
11th. 20 Prescott Valley Police Dispatch received an anonymous call concerning a person who was wanted in the state of Washington for a felony escape. So this is a lesson to learn right now. Do you see how an anonymous caller called in? These are the people that are probably your best friend or your girlfriend that is very mad at you. I think that's probably what happened here. Concerning a person who was wanted in the state of Washington for a felony escape. Following up on the call, police patrol personnel verified that there was a valid warrant out of Washington for Prescott Valley resident 36-year-old Esel Paul Coronado. At approximately 9 a.m., police personnel contacted Coronado at his residence and placed him under arrest for the warrant. He was transported to the Yavapai County Detention Center in Verde Valley. The Prescott Valley Police Department encouraged citizens to contact law enforcement whenever they have information of criminal activity. So, anyways, I guess he is caught. I for some reason I felt like he was still a runaway, a fugitive. So that's why I wanted to put him out there. But he was caught, guys. So that's kind of a good thing. Get him off the streets. Maybe give him an opportunity to reinvent himself. And that's all we can hope for all these people, man. Is just to reinvent themselves and come back into the community and do something. So, talking about doing some things that are not good, we have somebody that is wanted, Eric, but
Who do you got? It's not you, right?
not for badness. This is not for badness. This
Oh, for
juvenile,
goodness.
this juvenile is needed. I don't know where she's at, but she is definitely missing. And the community, her loved ones, people that want her back. Sometimes after 11 p.m. on Monday, August 10th, 2020, 16-year-old Kayla Cox left her residence on Agua Fria in Prescott Valley. It's possible that Kayla is in Phoenix or El Mirage area. Kayla is diagnosed mental illness and has a history of suicide attempts. Kayla is also diabetic and left without her insulin. She does not have a cell phone or electronics devices. So, anyways, if you guys have seen
Time is critical on this one. Yeah. You've seen Don't Wait on this one.
So I'll leave it up there. So if you guys have seen her and just say something or call the authorities so we could get her help, I think it's more of a concern now than it is. What would you say? Like a bad thing. I mean, she needs her insulin, man. I know how that works. Without no insulin, you decline really, 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 really quick as far as your sugar.
Yep.
So there you are, Eric. I have some of the coolest stuff to talk about as far as like
Well,
it's
All right. Well, let's talk about what happened yesterday with the city council before we jump onto that topic.
Well, that's one of them. You know, we want to actually give a shout out to Mayor Magarelli, and it's his anniversary. Him and his wife. And I think I forgot how many years it was, but he actually did it live in the live city talk or whatever it was, and he threw it out there, and he said to he said thank you for putting up with me all these years. So once again, you were talking about what was happening with the new changes that are happening downtown, which is restaurants are wanting to extend their indoor seating to the outdoor seating into the parking spot. So during the I don't know if whoever watched it out there, but during the live city council meeting, they were all talking about it, and all the council members were really positive about it. Steve Blair actually stepped up and he says, I don't understand why we actually didn't quite possibly think this through a little bit more. And I think that everybody was more gun ho and saying we have to do something, and so they just decided to go ahead and just do what they thought was best. And I think that a lot of people have seen models from around the country on what they're doing as far as putting outdoor seating and making it comfortable for patrons.
Well, in San Martin, I sent you some research I was doing of other cities that look a lot like Prescott, and they're way ahead of us. They've already built out a lot of their streets. They've been dining outside for almost a month or two already. So I understand the city council wanted to be, cited on this whole thing, but at the same time, we're already behind the curve compared to a lot of other cities like ours with the climate like ours.
Yeah, and not having like any kind of what would you say idea of when things are opening up. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen what Mayor Magarelli put. Not Mayor Magarelli, but Mayor
Yeah,
Palguda
Kel. Yeah.
Kelly. He actually put out there a couple things about what was going on with the governors. Thought of excuse me, opening up, and we had to be in the moderate zone in order for things to open up. So the gyms opened up at a 25% rate from what they said. They have to do certain things, but he says green light, man. Open those doors, and once again, I think that everybody will practice their social and safe distancing that they need to practice in order for those doors to stay open. And then obviously restaurants with bars, and I guess there's a 60-40 that you have to buy a certain amount of food compared to drinks in order for your place to stay open with capacity. And I think it was at 50% now. So and then the bars are still closed down. So there was
Yes.
a backlash from the owners of Matt Saloon. This is obviously on Facebook, and his response to Steve Shiska, his response to Steve Shiska's comment, or what he actually said. I actually didn't see or hear what Steve Shiska said, but he stated that if the businesses can't stay open or end up closing down, they will find somebody else to replace them. and the owners of Matt's didn't quite like that, because obviously they're closed down still, and that's the oldest bar downtown Prescott. And to watch this happen, it's like it's like a tennis match of what is going to happen. And as we know that they actually did a lawsuit against the state of Arizona. I don't know if it was directly to Governor Ducey or just to his I don't know, the government, I guess.
Any
But
update on
anyway,
that where that went?
um, my response earlier today on a comment was maybe he's a little bit salty because you guys are trying to sue him, and I don't know if that's true or not, but he looked like he wasn't really happy with the gym suing him, and he kind of like just says, you know what, see how you guys are, and this is how I'm going to be towards you guys. So
I don't think it's anything like that. Look, governor has always been about. I mean, we've been tied in with the Arizona Commerce Authority for some time, and they are all about economic growth. I mean, it makes us look good. It's good stuff. I can't imagine for a minute that they really want these businesses to stay closed. I don't think it's a I don't think it's a vendetta. I think everybody wants to open them up, but at the same time, he got he got him handed to him pretty bad because we were literally the worst state from a virus growth in the entire country in June because we opened up too fast. So I think maybe they learned their lesson and they're being cautious. But and bars are risky just as a business venture. I have plenty of family that's own bars, and it's a risky business. And gyms are a new business; they weren't around 100 years ago during the last pandemic. So I mean, it's a whole new world. So I feel for these businesses as business owners, and they have nothing else to do but sue because they have to, because they have survival. But at the same time, I mean, this whole thing is crazy. I saw yesterday that Queen Creek School District voted to open up their school for in-person full school Monday. So I think everybody's going to be watching them and seeing if it goes well or if it doesn't.
It's kind of crazy with the guinea pigs, man. Just open it up. I'm still trying to look to see what happened with the Sturgis event that happened out in
I
Minnesota.
saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, no, that's in that South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay, forgive me, all you bike riders out there. Probably kick my butt later. So check this out, Eric. Not to mention all this COVID stuff going down, but you actually brought up some things, and I'm going to actually talk about it right now. And
Oh.
this is you're like, oh, the Prescott area labor crisis. This is something that is of thought. Um, I like the city skyline. It looks like some Eastern country. Look at the dome right
Right.
there. Anyways, um, so support tech jobs for our community. There is an economic and labor crisis brewing in our beautiful city, working together to attract tech companies to invest in high technology jobs here and investing in growing locally based tech companies and jobs in our area will help protect our future. So these reports came up, and you have the Yavapai 20 economic report, Yavapai 20 economic report. Yeah, they're all from the economic report of Yavapai County. So like this is pretty insane, Eric. I mean, you read this. What are your thoughts on this?
So not only did we read it, I helped create it. And so really, it's ugly. It's one of those things, those unspoken truths that we all know is going on, but we don't talk about it. We don't research it. And I had a local business entrepreneur approach me and say, "Hey, have you actually looked at this? Look at these reports." And so we all read these reports from Yavapai and all these other things. And it's sad that 25% of the people working in Yavapai County, these are the people doing stuff for us, are at the poverty line, and that we're 31% lower than the national average of wages. And we just have a huge crisis, and it gets even worse. I was doing some research on some other cities last night, and I was like, okay, what's their industry? What's their industry? And we always think in Prescott that our industry is tourism, but I googled it last night, and it said Google's response is the largest industries in Prescott, Arizona are healthcare and social assistance. That is not what I think we want to be known for, right? I don't know about you.
Well, Eric, they pride themselves on the retirement city. I don't know if you know, but Forbes magazine had us in the top five for the past 800 years.
I mean,
It-
we're spending millions of dollars on school, high school, grade school, Yavapai College, and I know in here it says that more than 50% of the people leave. We don't have the actual numbers, but talking to the colleges, they said 98% of people that get a college degree in Prescott leave. And the joke is at Yavapai College is if somebody graduates in the morning, they're in Phoenix by the evening. And if they graduate in the evening, they're in Phoenix by 9. That's how quickly people exit after. And that's why this document says the brain drain, because we are literally funding people to go get work somewhere else instead of working and bringing up our community.
And to be quite honest, there's a lot of people that live in Prescott, born and raised in Prescott, that would love to stay here, but they can't because they can't afford it, and to raise a family. It's a really big scenario, and a lot of my great friends have left, the community to go and search out their lives and to raise a family. In a healthy scene, I guess you would call it. But yeah, I do agree with you, Eric. There's a lot of great people that have left, our area, but they never wanted to leave, but they had to leave.
Mhm.
And That's kind of what.
Yeah. And San Martin, it's great to be a retirement community. I want to protect our retirement community. You hear me talk about all the time with the COVID stuff and our aging community. But at some point, we have to have a balance. If you don't have young people here that can work here and live here, they can't serve the older people. They're just, at what point does that, it just collapses. And I really would hate to see it collapse. And that's all we're trying to say with this is maybe we should think a little bigger and, make it so some people, not everybody, not bringing the world here, but some people can have decently paying jobs here.
Yeah, you definitely can. I think one of the biggest things that, as me growing up in Prescott, we always cared about what kind of companies came into town because all of it we had just recently. I don't know if you've seen down there in Oak Creek Canyon where 20 thousands of pollution was released into the creeks. And they said it was an accident, but the headlines were saying contractor releases 20,000 gallons of bad stuff into the creeks, which could potentially ruin the ecosystem of that whole creek. And then that's kind of
Yes.
a lot of people talk about in other states where you're drilling oil and stuff like that, and fracking. What can that do to the community, or what can that do to certain local things? I mean, even when they were trying to extract that product for concrete out of Will Hoyt, there was a big uproar about that, and they were going to open up that, not Will Hoyt, sorry, on the other side of the mountain over here, going east. I forgot what it was called. Anyways,
Over by Skull Valley.
yeah, I forgot the towns that are over there. Oh, gosh, I'm so bad at
It's
that.
okay. It's okay. No, and we're not saying, bring in construction or, jobs that are going to pull out resources out of our community. We're,
Well,
if you look at that sheet, it's computer jobs. And the sad part is, how many computer slash technology jobs do you think we have? It's less than 1%. I mean, and those are the jobs that, I mean, look, we're on Zoom. That was a computer job. Somebody's got paid a lot of money, and the city that benefited a lot by those people being there. YouTube, Facebook, all of these things. Again, not saying that they're going to come to Prescott, nor do we want some of these really big companies. But man, technology brings money, and then money circulates, and it pays our taxes, and it gives restaurants more business, and it gives the shops more business, and it keeps the money circulating. And unfortunately, we have a lot more money leave than we export more money than we import more money. And some of these tech jobs will help import more money than we export.
yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. When I say these other things, I think that that's one of the things that a lot of people think about. Where is the waste going to go, and who's going to have to deal with that waste? And if it has to deal with, obviously, like I guess what would you say? I think there was actually something that was talked about just recently. But anyways, I don't want to go on that hearsay, but it seems like a great idea to help create a little bit more jobs here. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I'm talking about it, because you're going to be planting your business in your company here. And in regards to, some of the people that are out there that's hard to find a job, you actually have positions open. And these things are something that of a tech service, and those are a great idea and a great opportunity for a lot of residents that are here that don't want to leave. So that's kind of what I think that you guys are trying to produce and put onto the county.
Exactly. Well, San Martin, it gives you an idea. Is so I actually started this particular business in the Firehouse Plaza. We had a single room uh, built, just an office in there, and that's where we started the business. And when we started to raise capital and started to raise, high tech employees, they made us move to Phoenix because there's just nobody here. There's nobody. The community couldn't support it. And all those people that started with us that were high tech people moved too. They're gone. And now is the time to bring it back. And now that we're established and we don't need some of those resources, but yet those things are starting to pop up here, it's excited to have it back here to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, once again, Eric, I feel like a lot of people want to stay and enjoy this community. I'm glad that they're producing some people, but a lot of people are very saddened that they have to leave, to go have a life. So, anyways, we are glad that you're either opening up opportunity. I guess there was the carrot. Was it what was that the stimulus that was given to the city? What do they call it?
They call it the CARES Act. I think the city got $5 million, and they allocated some of it yesterday's meeting. And so some of it went to building an innovation center to help businesses start up here, and technology startups here. And so that's got a little bit of money out of that for that. And then they did a good chunk of money to the Granite Creek revitalization corridor. And so that should, if most people don't know, they haven't seen the pop-ups around the courthouse as much over the last year or two. It's not because of COVID, it's because the county doesn't want so many shops there. And so the city's been trying to find a way to continue to do those pop-up booths in other places that are downtown. And so the plan is along Granite Creek corridor to be able to do those kind of events along Granite Creek corridor, but it's kind of a mess. And so they're working on cleaning it up so that it's friendly. There's no bums down there. There's no, homeless. There's no, it feels like a safe place. It's got proper lighting. It's got a proper trail system, and it's connected to the hotel and the bridge and all the businesses there. So people can go down there, and that's where they'll set up those booth events.
Yeah, I sat down with Mayor Pro Tem Billy Orr probably last year, and they were really advocating for it. And you guys can still put your ideas and thoughts in there because they do have a subcommittee for this idea. And you know,
Well, and it's a go. It's more than an idea, San Martin. The city council voted unanimously to fund the first phase of the project yesterday.
nice, nice. And I feel like that's a great idea. And I think it's what they call. I think they're going to call it a creek walk, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the creek walk. So Eric, this is like a beautiful day to do something because the weather is going a little bit cooler. It's getting cooler at night, that's for sure. But without no rain, man, I've been seeing a lot of cloud cover coming in. So hopefully we'll get another 10% chance of rain today.
Keep doing that rain dance.
Yeah, keep on doing those rain dances, everybody. But we're getting to the end of this, and I think that I'm gonna allow this to play because once again, when the mayor speaks, we should all listen. So here we go. Give me 1 second.
Hey everybody, Mayor Mingarelli here. Today is August 10th, and this is our update for the day. As of this morning, Yavapai County has tested 31,889 residents with 2,024 positive cases, 717 recovered, and 67 deaths. So right now we're at a 6.3% cumulative positive rate. Currently, YRMC reports 8 hospitalizations on their West Campus, 5 on their East Campus. These are really good numbers. Those numbers have gone down dramatically. Verde Valley Medical Center has 3 cases and VA has no cases. So those are all really good signs for our hospitals. Spectrum Healthcare will be continuing the drive-through testing. 2 locations. We've talked about this before. That information is in here the next 4 Saturdays. So please check that out. Also, Thumbview Medical Center is doing testing Monday through Friday business hours. So you can go to Thumbview Medical Center as well. On council agenda for tomorrow, we have lots of things going on. In an executive session in the morning, we'll be talking about the proposed annexation agreement with Arizona Eco Development. Then in the afternoon, we move to a study session where we're going to talk about the outdoor dining, which is going to benefit our restaurants here in town who are on a reduced capacity at this time.
So Eric, I'll just pause it right there because one of the cool things is that they actually said we're going to go with it, but we're having other ideas. And so we just want to help out, support the community. If you guys want to watch more of what the mayor has to say, check out our story right now. Boom, at the Prescott Times.
Nice. So in San Martin, it is that time of day, man.
Yes, and then that's the reason why I stopped it, Eric. I don't want to take no more of your time. But guys, as you've seen on the headlines, we have a new morning co-host added to what we're doing. And Eric, I shared it with you yesterday that Annie Perkins out of Chino Valley is wanting to go ahead and participate and start covering a lot of things that are happening in Chino Valley and in her community as an advocate for, just Chino Valley. So if you guys want to know what's going to be happening in Chino Valley and in the surrounding areas as far as Paulden and I guess Ashfork's a little bit kind of near there. But anyway, she's going to be covering all that. And I guess there's a lot of cool things happening in Chino Valley that we all need to know about. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. Remember, love always, always wins. And you guys like to do spectacles? Bye.